Hi guys. So today, let's talk today about the website. The one thing that you need to know in order to have a website that works for you. So if you look at a lot of websites, what you will see is that, and what people actually don't see is that most people come on a website as a visitor and leave that website really within 2 3 seconds. And we are talking about maybe 80 90% of your website visitors. So to have just a website and to think that it's enough to get a successful online presence, that's really not true. The key is not so much to focus on those visitors on the website, but to be able to focus on all those people that actually leaving your website. Wow, accident happens, and there we go. Okay, hopefully that's gonna stay here. Okay, let me try to fix that quickly. So what I mentioned to you is, imagine if a business is generating income based on the activity on the website. Imagine how much income or how much impact would that same business have if it could focus not on the 5, 10, 15% uh, of people visiting the website, but if that a website, if that a business had a way to actually deal with those 85% of people leaving the website. This is what you're looking to do. So at the same time as I'm talking, I'm also trying to fix the stand. So fingers crossed it's working. So yeah, so that's what I really recommend you to do to really understand is really what can you do in order to actually I don't like this. Let's remove that from the okay. Okay, Sonia is gonna turn me off for that lack of preparation. But anyway, Sonia, thank you very much for your all the time your feedback. So, but anyway, what's important is the message. And the message is if you want to be more successful online, you really need to find a way to focus on those people leaving quite quickly your website. Let me already tell you that apparently I got like some technical issues. So I might have to sometimes readjust the camera. But anyway, once again, the most important is the message. So what can you do in order to refocus on those 85%? The one thing that you can definitely do. Oh my goodness! Can you stop moving, please? Let's see if I can. Let's do it that way. Anyway, so a few things that you can do. The first thing is really to understand the concept. Okay, and the concept you need to be able to work on 3 different elements. The website is just in a way like a house. But what you need to find a way is you need to find a way to get people on your house. So you need to obviously to find a way to get traffic to your website. This is one thing. The second thing, when people are in your house or talk at your door, you want them to invite them, okay, and you want them to want to enter. And actually, that's something that people too often forget. It's not just because someone arrived to your place that that person is going to be willing to enter the house and even to stay. So you also need to find a way for people to stay on your website. This is what we call conversion. There are a few things that you can do in order for people to enter and to stay. So for the most people think first about traffic and then about conversion. What I will encourage you to do is actually to start thinking the opposite way. Try first to think about, okay, how can you do for people to enter your house when they are at your door? What can you do to entice them to encourage them to enter? Before thinking about how you can get more people to your house, think about what you can do in order for them to stay in your house. So if you want to think that way, the first thing that you will do is to think about your offer. You want to offer something that's incredible, so don't focus too much on how the traffic, but what can you do that we ensure that anyone that arrives to you, to your shop, to your website, that hear about your services, want to read, enter. Okay, so a few things that you can do that quite some are quite simple, some are a little more complicated, but a simple way for people to decide actually to spend a little more time with you is just to have a survey on your website. No, not a survey. That's a little tricky. What I want to say is more quiz. With the quiz is something a little fun. I would actually stay away from survey because survey has got something a little like that you give the impression that you're asking people to do something for you. Look, a quiz got a kind of a fun element into it. So you can have a quiz. So that's something really, really interesting to do. And the funny thing with the quiz is that the quiz allows you actually to get a lot of information about your ideal clients. And you're going to be able to use, for example, a quiz to know to qualify the person on your website. So that's something I will encourage you to do. Another thing that you can have is another thing that you can have is ebooks. I think that's people find so there's so many people offering ebooks. You can have something quite short. Sometimes instead of ebooks, have like I don't know, infographic, something that people can take, can get value really, really quickly. With the ebook, people can get the impression that they're going to have to read a lot. So that might not be the best thing, but you really want to think about something that you can do to encourage people to stay. And then once you have encouraged people to stay, the second thing is really the incredible offer. You want to offer them so much value. It looks like I'm frozen. Okay, Sonia, forgive me for today. I know that you would tell me off for this. So yeah, so the once again, so the key is not to think too much about getting a lot of people on your website. This is something that you can sort out afterward. The key is to think first about what you're going to do for people to actually decide to stay on your website, and then what you're going to do later for people to perceive a lot of value in what you offer. So those are the two first things I will suggest you to start with. And actually, even I will reverse the order. Think first about something, your core service or the main product that you offer, but you want to present that in such a way that people are going to be, okay, that's a no-brainer for me to actually take that offer. So you really want to think about an incredible offer. Now, once you get that incredible offer, that you know that whatever you offer is going to be seen as a no-brainer for anyone that got some kind of needs related to your service. You want now to think about, okay, before I can offer them the full service, what can I give them as a kind of just to entice them, just to build up that relationship. And this is where you want to think about things like a quiz, about quiz, about ebook, about an infographic. Sometimes that can just be like a video. Okay, so this is really what you want to do first. Once you have done that, then you can think about how you can get some traffic, how you can get more people coming to your website. Now, when you do that, you get obviously different options. You got like, if you got a budget, that's great. But even if you don't have a budget, you still have some ways to get people on your website. So let's start with if you got some budget. And the reason I want to start with that is because I see so many business owners trying to really focus on, okay, how can I get traffic without having to pay anything? If I can understand that when you're starting your business, and that's why we also cover that just after, I still want you to understand that the business that will be able to spend the most to acquire client will always win. So the idea, even if you start with a small budget or no budget, is not to be able to forever not having to pay anything for ads. The idea is for you to build your business to a place where you can actually pay for ads. Okay, so I would not say that I would not encourage you just to think about never paying for ads. There's like Dan Kennedy. He's like a massive authority in marketing. And what Dan Kennedy said is that he says actually, that's me rephrasing him, that the business that can pay the most to acquire a customer will always win. Okay, so keep that in mind. But so obviously, if you got some budget, use your budget. So you can have some ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads, Instagram ads. So I will still utilize that. Okay, but obviously I also want to address to business owner. We don't have a budget. Okay, and when you don't have a budget, there are things that you can do. As you can imagine, my material here, based on the kind of result that you can see, is not a lot of budget. We can still do things with a small budget. And so so if you don't have a budget, what you're going to be able to utilize is social media. Social media is really, really powerful because you can do quite a lot. It takes time, but you can get some visibility. And the luck that you have today is that this is already the era of personal branding. And that's the reason why, even as a small company, you're going to be able to compete with a bigger company having a bigger budget, because this is the era of the personal branding. So as long as people can see you, can relate with you, you're going to be able actually to create some follow. It's not the era where you could just have like a business name and that would be enough. No, now people really want to know the person behind the business. And what is easier? Connecting with a business brand or connecting with a personal brand, the brand of a person, of an individual? What is going to be more emotional to be able to actually, let me see the comment here. Oh, let me see that. So, Yana, wow, nice. I will have to tell you about Yana later. Sorry about this. Today is definitely like a strange day, but anyway. So yeah, it is the era of the personal branding. Thank you, Yana. So yeah, so that should give you a lot of hope that even if you have small business, or if you have just one person, a small team, you're still going to be able to get a lot of result if you use social media properly. And so use a platform, the platform you feel really comfortable with. Now, when I say comfortable with, I need to give a little more detail, because the aim is not just for you to be comfortable with the platform, but for you to use a platform where your ideal client will be on. Okay, so I should definitely mention that. So the idea of your online success is really to be to take that in consideration. Well, today is going to be really strange. But once again, the idea is, anyway, is to give you the message. So remember, the first thing to do, okay, that's a little counterintuitive, but it's not so much to think about how can you get a lot of people visiting your website and your website, your pages. No, the first thing to do is really to think about, okay, what can I do to ensure that when people see my product, my service, the value that they can perceive is such that the price is not like an issue anymore. Okay, so think in terms of a value, not in terms of a price. Price is really a psychological concept, you know. But think about the value. You really want that person that comes to hear about your service, your product, to feel like, okay, oh man. And like I always say, no one's gonna die, so that's fine. I'm not gonna stress about that, but I promise that the next time that won't happen. So yes, so the first thing, remember, the first thing, think about like in terms of value. That's the first thing. Once you get that, and you're sure that anyone that come across your service is gonna think, wow, sugar, that person give me so much value. The price is not an issue at all. So once you get that covered, then what you can do is really to think, okay, now what am I going to do to encourage the build up of the relationship? And what you can do is to, instead of trying to sell something straight away, is first to give value. And how you can do by giving value? What can you do to give value? You can give some fun, you know, use a quiz on your website. You can give already a few tips. Okay, so give like an infographic, or give an ebook. You can have a video. Ideally, what you want to do as you give that information, you already want to collect some data from. You already want to collect some data from your audience. You know, so you can ask against the quiz, with the quiz, yeah, you can ask them actually the details. Okay, an email in order to send them the infographic or the ebook. Okay, so try to get some details there. The second thing that you're going to do once this is done is really now to think about, okay, the traffic. And regarding the traffic, remember, I can give you some ideas to get traffic, visitors without having to pay. But the aim is not for you to run your business forever without having to pay. No, the aim is for you, in a way, to get to a position where you won't really have to pay for your ads. So you will have a system that will allow you finally to get a return on your ads. This is what you want to do. Okay, so for paid marketing, obviously you get some some platforms, Google, Facebook, Instagram. For any of those platforms, I would say you need like an expert. I'm always quite cautious anytime that I hear someone mention that is an expert on all of those platforms. I would say choose the platform that makes the most sense for your ideal client, and then spend the time to become an expert about that platform, or even better, find an expert on that platform. Then the other option, obviously, is free traffic, and this is social media. Okay, so guys, thank you very much. If you guys want to attend the webinar on Tuesday about LinkedIn, feel free to send me a message. I'm sharing with you on that webinar everything what you need to know about a LinkedIn, so you can really utilize a LinkedIn instead of using LinkedIn as a kind of a second Facebook. So it's a Tuesday. Okay, send me a message. I will give you more information. And until then, guys, have a great week. Yana, that's so cool to see. Lots of love and all abundance for you and your activities and your client. Dear Tevin, thank you, Yana. Missing you. I haven't seen you for a long time. We need to catch up. Thank you, Yana. Thank you, Tevin. This piece was inspirational for me. Now I'm going to sing and dance with kids. So good. Bye. Have a beautiful day. Oh, Yana, that's nice. You're looking after kids. Kids are our future for sure, guys. So you can definitely see the kind of people I'm really connecting with. Those are people that are really trying to have like an impact. So guys, if you do anything with kids or you like that kind of a idea to have an impact, connect with Yana. I'm pretty sure that you will have a lot to learn from someone like Yana. Okay, guys. So, guys, thank you very much. Speak to you next Thursday for sure. But I also try to do a live on Monday. For Monday, it's more for mindsets. Let's say positive here. Even if there are a lot of things happening, we can still stay positive and look after each other. Speak to you soon, guys. Bye bye. Bye, Yana. Mhm.